let's get cooking, baby.
Hey guys, welcome back to the kitchen. Bushcrafty Cooks. Gonna murderize this here onion. Today we are going to be making leftovers from Thanksgiving. And to do so, I usually start with an onion. Well, actually, I've got gravy and stuff already cooking and stuff. I like to thinly slice the onions, like so. You guys can see that. There we go. And we'll get this whole onion sliced up just like that, and we'll get it in the skillet. Well, that one's not so thin, but it's okay. It'll go into the skillet. Let's do the next one. And I'm kind of doing this, cutting this onion from the side, because the camera has to take up the spot from in front of the onion. So things tend to get a little tricky. There we go. So you can see it's thinly sliced. Dump it in there. Go ahead and turn that on. And with that, we've got our... Oh, that actually sealed up. We got our bacon grease. Ooh. We're going to go ahead and give that a little frying while we get our... And bacon grease is just the best. I mean, it's better than all the vegetable oil and the nut oil and all that crap that they got out there now. Here you see I've got me some gravy. A little leftover gravy, and I've juiced it up and made a little bit more. Over here we have our turkey. Yeah. And while we're sitting here waiting, I am going to break apart as much as I can and just put it over here in a pile somewhere while we wait for the onions to get translucent, as they say. And I probably said that wrong, but look, this turkey is so nice and tender and juicy. Oof. I might add that I probably make the best turkey. And it all stems from learning a trick from an old timer that got a paper. Dang cat. They smell that turkey. A paper bag, you know, grocery bag, and you cook the turkey in that, believe it or not. You do everything you normally do, but you cook it inside of, you don't open it until the designated time, you know, 3:25, and then you figure out how much pounds you have and how much it takes to cook it. And then once you take it out, that thing is so juicy. Oh, it holds all the juices inside of it instead of drying it out. Most people have such dry turkeys. I've very, very seldom have I went to somebody's house for Thanksgiving or something and had their turkey and it wasn't dry. Very seldom. Very, very seldom. Most turkeys. Now, anybody can have, you know, juicy dark meat because it sets in the juices and everything. Oh, so much better. Okay, we're gonna let that be and get these onions going, and I'll move you guys over there. Okay, as you can see here, I'm gonna make sure we got plenty of pepper in there. I don't know if you guys seen that or not. As soon as these start breaking down, we're going to start adding this turkey. That way the flavors can to marry together, as they say. Looking good, looking good. There are some bigger pieces in there, but that's okay. Just want to make sure you break those down. And there's people that don't like onions. You know, that's okay. They're strange and everything, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and add as much turkey as you would like. I don't know how much turkey you like. So we're going to go ahead and add as much as we can to this. Break up some more pieces if we have to. But get that turkey in there. We got to use this stuff up. We don't want it to go bad. Go ahead and break it up, because we want the bite-sized chunks and all that. Let me put it in there. While those onions are at the bottom crystallizing, or whatever you want to call it. Look at that tender chicken. Oh, I almost want to start eating it right now, but it's got to go into the pot. Go into the pot. Go into the pot. There we go. And off to the side there, I've got some water boiling for our egg noodles. And you keep dumping the turkey in there. Get as much as you can, or as much as you want. You may want to save some of this for later. Or you may just want to dump the whole thing in there, get rid of it. Okay, I think that's about enough turkey for now. That way you save enough for a couple more sandwiches in there. There we go. Clean my hand off a little bit. And let's commence to mixing. There we go. Looking good. Now, the turkey's already cooked, so we don't have to worry about cooking that. We just want to warm it up and get those flavors incorporated into each other. Go put the turkey up. Okay, this is at the point to where if you want to give it some extra flavor or whatnot, I've got some of this ultimate garlic that you can get at the Dollar Tree. Yes, the Dollar Tree. There it is right there, if you can see it. And it has an awesome flavor to it. So I'll go ahead and add that in there and give it a little bit more flavor. We want to juice it up, you know. And I think one of the best things about Thanksgiving is the leftovers, right? The first couple days you're just eating up all the leftovers and stuff. About the third day, you've about had enough, and that's when you make another meal or order a pizza or something. Then you still have leftovers, and this is where this comes in. Okay. We've got that going, the water's boiling, and we've got our gravy, and we're just going to dump this gravy all up in there. And if you need to add some moisture to this, you can. Go ahead and get this mixed up. And it may seem like a lot of gravy. You may actually have to add some broth to this. I don't know if I'm one of the weird ones, but as soon as I get all the turkey out of the pan, I save that broth and juice and all the fats and all that stuff in a jar so I can make gravy and stuff with it. I can add this to this if I wanted to, or just I think it's good like this. I may add some more to the pasta once it's done. You go ahead and turn this down. There we go. And that's looking good. So we'll be back for our next step. Hang tight. Okay, we've got our boiling water going to town. That's when we we add in our pasta, which is some egg noodles. That cost me $1 at, well, $1.25 because it's not $1 anymore. This is at the Dollar Tree. Very cheap meal. It's mainly leftovers, the gravy, you know, all that stuff. We continue to keep stirring this over on the side. Oh, that's looking good. And again, you don't have to cook the turkey up that much because it's fully cooked. It cooked for hours. You just want to get those flavors working together. Now there's also, you can make, instead of a chicken noodle soup, you can make a turkey noodle soup, which is really good, which I may do that with some of the other leftovers I have. And it's real easy. You know, you take some of that broth I was talking about earlier, and then your vegetables and your turkey, just stick it in there and cook it all day. Simple, real easy. But this one is a fast, shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes unless you have to make your own gravy again or something like that. But as soon as this noodles are done, we'll get them drained, we'll get the turkey in there. Go ahead and turn that off. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, just another little side note here. Also, when you boil your pasta, any kind of pasta, make sure you salt the water. One of the things it does is gives it flavor, but one of the other important things is without salt in the water, it takes 6 times longer for the pasta to absorb sauce, be it spaghetti sauce, gravy, or whatever. It takes 6 times longer for it to absorb the sauce, you know, for flavoring and whatnot. So that's just a little tidbit there I'm giving you. And this pasta's ready to drain, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, we got to be pretty quick here. I'm not going to set it completely on the burner, but the burner is still going, as you can hear it. So we got to hurry up and get our turkey in here and our gravy, all that yummy stuff, so the pasta doesn't burn on the bottom of the pan. There we go. Get that over there. Now we can just start mixing this puppy up. The burner's off, but it'll still continuously be hot for a good while. With that, let's get this mixed up really good. Now there's a couple things you can do. You can eat it like this, or another thing I like to do is put it in a casserole dish and put some cheese on it. Any kind of cheese, Colby, you know, cheddar, but there are some good cheeses that you can put in here to give it to zhuzh it up a lot, and it's up to you, you know. Go ahead and get this mixed up, and we're going to just leave it like that. We're going to put the lid on it. We're going to move it off that hot burner, and we'll be right back. Okay, now it's time for the goodies. Go ahead and mix this up again. Ooh, yeah. That's looking good. Let's go ahead and scoot this over here. Yes, I'm using my Apple plates. There we go. Look at that yummy stuff. Now, tell me that's not good. Oh, there's nothing better than leftover Thanksgiving. Let's give it a try, see how we like it. And yes, it's hot, but it is so good. Oh. Yeah, definitely a plus. Now, like I said, you can put this put a casserole dish, bake it in the oven with some Swiss cheese on it. Oh, the Swiss cheese in this, it's so good. You can also just put some cheese on there right now. Parmesan cheese makes that even better. Or just leave it the way it is. You know, the simple things. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know in the comments what you like to do with your turkey for leftovers after Thanksgiving. Until next time, like always, happy cooking.